Hello and welcome to Uncommon Starcraft Into the Forge. I'm your host, and my name is Casey. Hello, welcome. Episode 12. Hey, you know what? Instead of memeing that with my face, let me just look. We're on episode 12. There we go. My intuition was accurate. Let's pull up this notepad today. It's been a really busy StarCraft day. It's been a fantastic StarCraft day. I finished my second coaching session, which will be up sometime in the morning. This video will come first because, well, the other video is 2.5 hours long and it's 2 gigabytes, and that's a lot of bandwidth. So I'm going to do this one first, and then we'll get the other one up in the morning. It'll run overnight. So let's talk about our top 3 issues as we have them. So map presence, scouting, and supply. So supply is still a big issue. I get supply blocked at very crucial moments in which I could easily overtake my opponent in army, but it hasn't happened. So map presence helped me out last match. As we watched, I implemented some of the very first lessons from my coaching, and had some great early games. Some unfortunate lack of awareness that let 24 SCVs die, but it was better. It was something. So a little bit of replay analysis. This is the checklist that I'm going to go over when we examine our replay. Just some things that keep me focused. So gas spending. Every gas I don't use could be a mineral. So at this point, aside from the builds I'm working on and the gas timings, if I have gas, I need to be aware of it and be using that to affect my spending decisions, because gas is, well, it's more valuable. I should be using it. If I'm not using it, I shouldn't be taking it. Supply block, so when they happen and how often they happen. If I'm always getting supply block at 150 supply, well, maybe I need to examine where I'm at in the game at 150 supply. SCV production, so try not to miss out on producing an SCV. And army production, that's mostly about making sure I'm using the production that I'm creating. So we have some matchup notes, and if we get down here to TVP, this is what I focused on today. Odds are I'm not going to get a TVP match. In fact, when I reviewed the replays, I had to go 15 days back in my match history just to find 4 total replays. It turns out TVZ is more than half of my games, and Terran and Protoss are about a fourth. But maybe we do. Maybe 2 days in a row I happen to get the matchup that I've been focusing on for the day. But TVP, some of the big things I saw were more Marauders. So we're talking tech, reactor. A reactor still first, but following it up with 2 tech labs and producing more Marauders is important. One of the other things we talked about was when to use tanks. So tanks are for disruptors and stalkers. However, when they start to get into that tanky unit that they have immortals, we start to go into widow mines, because apparently tanks and immortals hard counter each other, but immortals hard counter twice as hard as the tanks. Something I wasn't necessarily aware of, but the opener looks a lot like the TVZ changing out for widow mines instead of Hellions, and I believe keeping the map presence with a widow mine drop instead of a Hellion harass. So all that said, let's get into game as I'm sitting in the arcade. Play. Wait, nope. Cancel. I'm not a Protoss player. As much as I loved doing a cannon rush with my buddy, I'm a Terran player. So let's move all my windows over. And let's get into this game. We want a TVP, right, gentlemen? And we're going to get into a TVT of the one matchup I haven't worked on. You know what? We're just going to make some stuff. Because that's what we do.
Not enough minerals.
Go ahead and leave that camera hotkey there for a minute. So, I watched a lot of TVT with him, and it seems to be a lot of heavy 1v111 play. But knowing where it goes from there has been the hard part. So a lot of what happens seems to rely on the starport. But what to do with the starport after that is another question. Something I don't have yet. So you know what? I think he said. I don't know what he said. He said it, and I haven't reviewed it. So let's just go super heavy. Everything I've ever done ever, which is, well, medevacs, tanks, and marines. At the end of this, when this finishes, and when the barracks finishes and the SCV finishes, I'm gonna go super heavy into things. Super heavy into my 111. We're gonna get an orbital fan, get our Reaper. Our Reaper should be coming down here, and you super behind. So if you're not familiar, the big thing about this map is it's got a gold natural. This was a change and a balance for the this was a change and a balance to combat the Zerg's OP, right? Whoa, I don't know what that was. Oh man. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go through X. Why? Because we screwed up everything. I think I have SCVs. I think I have SCVs hugging SCVs, so looks like he's going 3 racks too. Which means I'm probably facing a Reaper expand. Oh my god, I am. I'm just facing a lot of Marines.
Not enough minerals.
I don't know if this is meta. Let's go ahead and get some widow mines out. Oh, I want to learn this. Whatever this is, I like it. Oh man, so my Reaper got there just in time. You know, we'll analyze this. Let me just congratulate this guy. Good job, well played. Love the style. I'm going to steal it. Have a nice night. See, look at that. Oh man. I know that game took 4 minutes and 48 seconds, but I think I lost at about the 4-minute mark or before. So, Let's watch that game. What did he do? And I want to do that. I'm just gonna watch him. It wasn't even long enough for me to make huge mistakes. I made tiny ones. And my scout saw what wanted it to see, but maybe I need to start sending SCV scouts because it was too late to mess with that. Right. I learned this button, by the way. See this? Zoom in, zoom out. Okay. So he starts off just like I do. We're more or less on point with our production of the supply depot. We can even see who made it faster. If I play really close attention, I made an SCV faster, and I made the supply depot faster. Fantastic. My supply depot is 0.1 seconds above my opponent. We're at a slight advantage. So, he follows up his barracks with another barracks. I follow up my barracks with a gas. So he's already, at this point, committed to doing something fun. And I'm going to say fun because it's not cheesy. It's fun. It's fantastic. Although if we go by the definition that cheesy is cheesy when it depends on your opponent seeing it in time, this is definitely cheese. Alright, so he's up to 4 racks. And I'm assuming he starts building out of them immediately. He's taking no gas. He's building a 5th rack. 4 of them are building right now. And he should be... So my Reaper's going. He's already... Okay, 1 Marine. Let's take this. I'll speed this up a little bit. 2 Marines. There's a supply depot at 20. 3 Marines in production, 2 out on the field, 4 in production, 2 out in the field. There we go. Keeping 4. Producing out of all 5. So at what point does he move out? So we see my Reaper is waiting. This was a mistake. It could have been moving in much earlier. Now, let's say it saw everything it needed to see when he only had 8 Marines. What would I do? I would have made more barracks when I had the money. I was already coming to make this. They'll probably let the factory finish, and these barracks were only because I made a mistake. Alright, let's see. So he's producing, and he's rallying here, right to my ramp. He's keeping his production high, and he's doing a great Marine push. So here we go, first Marine. So he shows up at 3 minutes and 23 seconds at my ramp with 10 Marines. He has 3 more here en route. He has 5 more here en route. Wait, let's pause here. Did he have any scouting information? He didn't. This was the first time he saw my base at all. 0. Let's go ahead and play. Ninkazi, if you're watching, I'm asking you about this tomorrow. How would you have spotted this, and how would you have responded? So if we look here, he's got the army supply. He's on 1 base. Maybe this was the first problem, is I know, and I know just from observing, we haven't hit this point yet, that apparently TBT is all about 1 base shenanigans. And this, ladies and gentlemen, that's some wonderful 1 base shenanigans. So right here in this group, we still have 10 Marines. He hasn't lost a single Marine. He's got another 6 about to back it up. I pulled my ICBs to try to get as much damage done with the Marines I did have. I had them queued over here. I mean, I probably could have queued them closer. But I'm spitting. I'm trying my best to get out with what I have. A Widow Mine would have done a lot of damage. Did I have it? That's a good question. Did I respond properly? So I spotted it. This is about the time I figured out what was going on. This factory was still building. I have not enough on gas. Did I screw that up? So at some point I pulled the people off gas to make barracks. That was a mistake, and I should have had more gas. And I should have had enough gas to get a Widow Mine. But they were knocking at my door at about that time. So, hey. Legacy of the Void is awesome. Cheeses are cheesier. Economy is economier. Let's take a look at our performance. Oh man, look at that. 20 seconds of supply block. I was not supply blocked at all. In a 5-minute game. The other fantastic piece here is it doesn't take much. 62 APM is all it takes to be good. All it takes to be fantastic. And this guy, let's take a look at his profile. He's gotten it. This is him. He's platinum. He's gold this season. He has the secret. He knows what he's doing. Worst I could do is take a look at his match history and see if that's his match every single time. Let's see. He lost. Did he open this way? Supply Depot, 5 barracks, a lot of Marines. I would love to look at this replay to see why he lost and how the Zerg defended it. If we look at his build from yesterday, we look at his build order, it is an Supply Depot, barracks, a lot of barracks, and a lot of Marines. Oh, I'm going to friend this guy. I really am after we're done here. So, hey, thank you. Let's take a look at our lessons learned and look at TPT, which could write a lot of Marines scout faster, figure out how to respond. Legacy, and I'm quoting, mind you, Neuro. Legacy of the bullshit. That's good stuff. So, hey, thank you for watching. Tune in, subscribe, like, all those fun things. We're here every day, and we're getting a little better each day. I'm going to go ahead and go off ladder and off stream and ladder. I'm going to go off stream and ladder, and we're going to work on some of these things. I don't have a TBT build, so maybe I'm just going to build 5 racks and rush every single time. It was brilliant. Hey, have a wonderful Starcraft day. Go watch some GSL. It's Wednesday. You're already behind.